The preceding program is a paid advertisement. The opinions and views expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of AM 620 WSNR or its management.
This is AM 620 WSNR, Jersey City.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Just Enough Heshy Show with my beautiful co-host, Esty, and Larry Dresser just showed up late. Watch the wires. Come on in, grab a seat next to Esty. We have a special guest tonight with us. He's a blogger. They call him Larry Noodles. We're going to talk about him, and we might scream at him. And we're going to have a special caller in tonight, Esty, by the way, also as well.
Yep.
And by the way, Larry, can you hear me on your headset?
Yes.
Okay, you have to talk into the mic. That's the objective. And by the way, I have when we start the show, Larry, I have a quote and a joke every day, every show, and you have to laugh at the joke.
Okay.
Okay, he agreed, Esty. Anyways, we have a lot to talk about tonight with Larry. We're going to be talking about Otisville Jail. We're going to also be talking about, me and Esty had about a half-hour conversation with our local councilman, Chaim Deutsch, who tried to explain to me and put me in my place.
I think all the mics are down.
My mic, I hear you working beautifully, Esty.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't hear at all. That's funny.
And your headset's not working yet.
No, it's working.
Okay.
Wow, very not well. Okay.
Anyways, Esty, we have a lot to talk about. Larry, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Oh yeah, I hear you now.
Oh, he hears us. Where you can make a lot of. Anyways, everybody, I hope we don't have technical problems tonight. And we're going to start our show with Esty paying for our show, and then we're going to have a great time. I want to give a shout out to my friend Ellie, of course, and I want to give a shout out to my beautiful new granddaughter, Mira Nava, that my children made up their name. And by the way, Esty, can I tell you one more thing?
Sure.
I was posting a lot of pictures on Facebook from the breakfast I went to it. All these politicians were going to make fun of, right? And when I was at this show, I took pictures and I made comments about everybody. I made fun of everybody at the show.
Mm-hmm.
So some lady, Kimberly, whatever, says I'm an idiot and I'm stupid, I'm ignorant or something because I made fun of them. So I called her back stupid and I said she's a lowly creature because she's a woman.
Well, I feel like people who call people ignorant are ignorant, and people who call people names are ignorant.
But I called her back.
Having not compassion for people is ignorant.
After fighting with her, she used the 4-letter word.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this? I have a nephew that their parents are fine with him using the 4-letter word as long as it's not at someone. So if he hurts his foot, even though he's like 7, he'll be like, and he'll use the word, and their parents are fine with it.
Are you crazy?
As long as it's not hurting anyone, it's just a word that doesn't mean anything.
We got to do the commercials quickly because we got a lot to talk about. Let's go.
Okay, fine. So yeah, we have Soft Fusion Inc., a software development company that have been serving the community for 15 years. They can help with all your software needs. You can call them for a free consultation at 718-215-9800. We have Pescata Carne, amazing meat restaurant with all sorts of exotic appetizers and traditional dishes like steak, baby ribs, burgers, amazing cocktails, fruit drinks, alcohol drinks. They're located at 509 Avenue P. There's Pescata, New York, dairy location, located at 1776 Ocean Avenue. Check out their desserts and their paninis, amazing, delicious food. We have Orchidia every day, all-you-can-eat buffet from 12 to 3, located at 4815 12th Avenue. Check them out. And, of course, if you are looking for solar panels for your home, you can get 60% of houses are eligible to get it for free, and your electricity bill will get lowered, and your taxes on your house will get lowered. And also, if you need a job selling solar panels, which is something you can believe in, and
Larry,
you're not pushing someone.
If you need a job, Larry, you could get a job selling solar panels.
Yeah, it's very inspiring work because you're helping the environment, you're helping people save money.
Me and Larry don't care.
Well, some people care, even if not about the environment, just about doing a job that really helps people save money. You should call 215-694-0443 or reach out to solar@rejuice.com to either get a job in solar or to get solar for your house and see if you're eligible for free solar.
And of course, we have Chamula Jewelers. They're located at 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980. Chamula Jewelers is a family-owned business for over 40 years, specializing in diamond engagement rings, eternity bands, and diamond jewelry. Or just bring your own jewelry to redesign and freshen up. SD Chamula Jewelers.
They got the sparkle for you.
They got the sparkle for you. They're located at 944 Kings Highway, 718-336-1980. Then we have Tehila Tishler at TEETEESTYLES.com. For all your wigs, for your makeup, she helps you with weddings and styles. 718-675-6842. 718-675-6842. She's going to be doing my nephew's wedding, Gabriel, that you all invited to at the El Carib on March 24th. I don't think I'm allowed to tell everybody, right? He told me today. But he did say I can invite everybody to the wedding.
That's because he doesn't believe they're going to show up.
March 24th, come. Just piss off my nephew. 718-675-6842. Tehila Tishler, TEETEESTYLES.com. And you'll see the beautiful stuff that she does. And then, of course, we have Green Line Building Solutions. We help you with plans and permits and stop work orders, vacate orders. We help you with code compliance. We help you show you how to get you into compliance. We do DOB expediting. We do FDNY expediting and DEP. We help you settlements with the Department of Finance, and we help you with the FDNY criminal tickets. Call us at 718-871-0382 or just pop in. Esty, you were in my office today. Do people just pop in?
Yeah, all the time.
And was it busy? And we helped everybody. We got to everybody. We kept it, and it was a busy place. And people coming in, not just for the violations, but for also personal stuff, local stuff.
Yeah, if you just want friends, go to Heshy's office.
Right? Was it a good, cool place just to hang? And Heshy was just running around and keeping
Yeah,
things
it's
going.
amazing how you have such a that space in the basement. You maximize the space. It was really
You
crazy.
like that?
Yeah.
And I had 11 people over there working.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
4 offices.
But so come into, we're located at 5318 16th Avenue on the corner of 16th Avenue and 54th Street, 718-871-0382. Make an appointment, a private appointment with our legal department, with our expediting department, with me, or just pop in and we'll take you. Don't worry about it. Look at Esty. She popped in today and she worked with legal today, right?
Yep.
He didn't do such a good job for you, but I'm going to
No,
fix
he
it.
did. It just I don't know what he can do for me.
I'm going to fix you up better. I'm going to make you a star. And of course, we have SimpleLoanSolutions.com. If you have some debt relief problems with your federal student loans and you have to get it, they can help you with your documental preparation that will help you get one step closer to becoming debt free. They're located in Lakewood, New Jersey. They're called Simple Loan Solutions, and you can call them at 917-275-8962, 917-275-8962, Moshe Tishler, or call Manny at 732-351-0203, 732-351-0203, SimpleLoanSolutions.com, and you can find them on the web. Again, SimpleLoanSolutions.com. And of course, we have Wolf's Grocery, located on the corner of Avenue J and Nostrand Avenue, 2362 Nostrand Avenue. They open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., 718-252-1863, 718-252-1863, and they'll make deliveries and everything for you. So,
So yeah, we should also talk about the wine food festival in Crown
Larry,
Heights.
there's a kosher wine food festival this coming Sunday.
Yeah, March 10th from 6 to 10.
Very cool, with a lot of booths, different kinds of wines and cheeses and box wine, all kosher, and you're all invited. Is there a amount? Does it go? I think it goes like $10 or $20 to enter.
I don't know. It says limited ticket 72 or 180.
Wow,
Must be very
but you and me
fancy.
are allowed in because we get our press passes, right?
Yes. So yeah, it says
And a lot of free, all super kosher. Tell them.
yeah. Apparently, you can reach out to them at bit.ly/kosher festival or go to their Instagram kosher wine direct for any updates or if you want to buy tickets.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a very cool. Where's it located? It's in Crown Heights. Where? Does it give you an address where it's located?
No, I think you have to buy tickets to figure out where it's located.
Well, we didn't buy tickets.
Okay, so they better tell us.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully he's gonna
So
call in.
now we're gonna, before we start the show, we're gonna do my quote. Now, Esty, this quote is for you. Okay, Esty? And it's also for Larry, even though I'm gonna scream at Larry, but it's also for you. And this is my quote. And it's a true quote that I really believe in. My philosophy in life is simple. Pretend that every single person you meet has a sign around his or her neck that says, "Make me feel important." Not only will you succeed in life, but your life will have more meaning.
That's really nice.
See, I believe that everybody's important. They walk into my office. You saw Esty. Different people, different races walked in today. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Spanish people, black people, Jewish people, older ladies. Everybody was treated with respect.
Yeah, I was saying when people are being politically correct and they call people African Americans, right? When I was in Africa, I was like, oh, African American. I was like, oh no, they're not American. What am I supposed to call them? And I didn't know.
Okay,
Because over there it's okay to say black.
Okay. Anyways, let me give you my joke of the day. Ready? Hello?
Yeah, go for it.
So one day, my wife made Betty, Larry, you gotta laugh at this, Larry. You must laugh, Larry. This is the rule, okay? One day my wife was making dinner for me and my mother. And what happened is me and Linda had a small argument about about our relationship. So my mother says to my wife Linda, because she was always a little hard on Linda, whenever you make mistakes, you've got to embrace it.
Yes.
Linda got up and gave me a hug.
Come
Come on, that was Larry. Was that funny, Larry?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on the show, Larry. Anyways, everybody, you can call into the show at 718-303-9090, 718-303-9090. You can text me at 718-288-7844 for any questions. Tweet us or Just Enough Heshy. You can see us live on Facebook at Just Enough Heshy, and you could YouTube us at Just Enough Heshy. And again, 718-303-9090. Call into the show, and you can listen to us live on the hold or whatever. We're gonna have a special call in a couple minutes. Larry, I want to introduce you right now. You're gonna tell us a little bit about yourself, but I'm gonna tell you who Larry is. Larry and me, and I'm gonna tell the whole world about it. I was in jail, SD. And again, Larry doesn't believe this. Larry thinks that everybody's guilty, and I tell everybody I wasn't guilty. And I was the guy, and Esther, you heard because you met the guy who I bring home people from jail. I go visit the jails every 2 weeks. People come to my house from jail when they get furloughs, and they tell you how I help them and how I help people in there. Larry says that when he came to jail, I gave him an old pair of sneakers, one size too big, and I might have charged him. I'm going to show you proof tonight. Not only did Larry's blog lie about me, I help people. When Larry came in, he came in with
only one size too big is not a bad shoe size.
Especially jail when you're not a shoer, man. You know what I mean?
And one size too small is a problem. One size big is
and
Larry
almost
knows
perfect. That everybody in that jail knew that I helped them when they came in. Larry came in with a sheet and slippers. I gave him a blanket, a pillow, toothbrush, toothpaste,
just his
water
jolly
bottle.
demeanor.
I helped him with Shabbos meal. Larry, and he got upset. I gave him a white shirt. You shouldn't wear green. He didn't have to wear green to the Shabbos meals. He could have worn, but I wanted Larry to be a man. So Larry knocked me on one of his blogs. Oh, Heshy Tischler thinks he's better than the rest of us. You know what, Larry? I am better than the rest of you. And in jail, I was better than the rest of you because everybody called me.
I don't know if anybody's better than anybody.
Everybody called me Uncle Heshy and Delicious. You know that anything I wanted, I got, and I helped everybody, and I never charged $1.
It's good he has confidence.
And I do it, and Larry knows it. But even though he knocked me in his blog, and he knocks a lot of people in his blog, but we're going to talk about also Otisville because he's a very big expert on it.
I just
even
wanted
though
to say,
I think I'm more of an expert on it than him because I actually, when they come out of jail, I help a lot of them with money and jobs and apartments. Well, Larry just writes bad things about them, even though we're going to talk about Mr.
I just want to say that justice doesn't mean morality. Justice means that's who's in power. Like, people who go to jail are not guilty morally. It's just according to what we decided is moral.
Well, Larry thinks that it's the Otisville is a camp. You know what I mean? Like it was a leisurely thing. I took it serious that it bothered me. Like, Larry, my wife and me I told everybody in the radio show, my wife and me had a fight last week. I was in the office, 10, 11 people running around, and one of my clients was fighting with me about money. And I put him on speaker because, I'm doing 10 different things at once. I multitask like I did in jail. I multitask. I help people from morning till late at night, even though you don't believe that, Larry, and you were standing right there, and you were right across from me.
You can speak up, Larry.
You can speak up, Larry. You just have to say hi. By the way, everybody, say hi, Larry.
Hi, how are you doing?
Anyways, so my wife and me had this fight, and she walks into the office, and I told the people this, and I'm fighting with this client. And the client says, "Why do you need the money? You have girlfriends?" I said, "I have 2 girlfriends." Right then and there, my wife walked in. The whole office freaked out. Oh my God, they were all quiet, and I was in big trouble. My wife started screaming at me. She ran home. She told all her sisters that I have 2 girlfriends. That's 4 of them. Just remember, 4 more women coming after me. Then I get home. My mother-in-law is there screaming at me. "You have 2 girlfriends?" I said, "Sweetheart, you call me 20 times a day. You guys follow me on Instagram, Facebook. You know I'm in the office. You know I'm in inspections. My wife calls me," and we had a big fight about it. Anyways, it came time for Shabbos, and me and my wife never really are apart. And we always go together. And all of a sudden, this Shabbos, she says, "I'm going to my sister." I said, "Go." She says, "You don't mind?" I go. I said, Go with your mother." And she thought I'd be upset that she left. I had my whole bed for myself. I walked around in my underwear. It was the greatest Shabbos of my life.
Really? I thought you said that you need them.
So then my wife called me, I'm coming back because I know you need me. Now, the truth of the matter is, you know the saying, you can't live with them, you can't live without them.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, I did miss her. I didn't miss the pain and screaming and hollering. I love her so much.
I've never heard her holler, so I don't know what you mean by that. Are you talking about yourself?
Well, she didn't holler at me, but she got angry at me.
I don't know. If you're advertising that you have girlfriends, it's probably
I did not advertise I have girlfriends.
I'm just saying, someone who's actually having girlfriends would never say he has girlfriends. He would hide it and never mention even a word of
but
it.
she doesn't even like that I was joking about it.
Wow.
But
She
I
should be
told her
happy you're joking about it. She should
29
worry when you stop joking about
you
it.
talk about everything else. Don't joke about that. I joke about everything. I even joke about my past, my history, or whatever. So, anyways, I do not. Do I apologize to Esther? No, and I want to make one more apology. I met at the breakfast this week, even though I met all these crappy politicians. I met this Barry Spitzer, and I always knock Barry Spitzer from the community board. Truth of the matter is, he does good. He fights Con Edison to the last minute before Shabbos. He does help people in the community board. Sure, he's a politician, and I get angry with a lot of them. Like, we had Jerry Nadler there. You know who Jerry Nadler is, Larry? This fat little Nazi capo pig. You know what I mean? He's part of the Congress. So, Esther, just want to tell you who this Nadler guy is. This Nadler is not religious. He wants to impeach the president of the United States for being a Russian spy. The man voted for the Iran-Contra deal, which means he wanted Iran to blow up Israel. And it gets better. He didn't even want. He did. It's fact. It's all written down.
Iran contract deal is not what we think it is.
It is. Whatever it is. The point is, and he didn't want the embassy to be moved to Jerusalem. This man shows up at a breakfast in middle of Flatbush, wearing a yarmulke that he's never worn in his life, eating our kosher food that he eats pig and I'm sure BLT sandwiches. And here he gets better. Forget the fat guy couldn't even fit into his chair. I got a big chair, even though I'm fat. But the point is, he's short, so he's ugly. But forget about that. I apologize. I don't apologize. Natalie, you're a fat little short pig. But the problem is, he's hanging out with supposedly a respectable person, Leon Goldenberg, who I think is a pig. Okay, and I don't like him anyways, even though I met him at one of my cousin's weddings and I had to shake his hand, but I didn't know what he looked like, and then I forgot who he was. I worked for him many years ago. I don't.
There's nobody who hates a Jew like a self-hating Jew.
Right, and Nadler is a self-hating Jew. He hates the Jews, and we know he hates us.
Okay, but if he's a self-hating Jew, he can't be a Nazi.
And he invited us. Sure, he could be a capo. I called him a capo.
It's really bad. I don't know.
Anyways, Esty, now I want to introduce you to Larry. Larry, you write a blog about Otisville. And I was there, so I'm going to argue with you about this. You state that, Michael Cohen is going there. Is that true? Michael Cohen is going there?
I don't know.
I don't know who that is either.
Michael Cohen is the guy, Trump's lawyer. He was he's supposed to turn himself in a couple of days.
No,
I think he just turned himself in. Oh, really?
In May,
who just turned himself in? Somebody big.
Someone just left.
Somebody just left who got that new law.
Yeah,
but my question to you is, Mr. Jacobowitz, he was supposed to be there 15 years, and they gave him off a bunch of years because he's over 60 or something.
I'm not sure how
because I have my guy that I've been trying to get out of there. He's coming out in June, and he should have qualified before Mr. Jacobowitz. But I guess if you cooperate with the federal authorities, you get out a little bit earlier. But there was some big name I thought just went in there, a big guy. I thought it was Michael Cohen that just went in, or somebody had to turn themselves in right now.
I know a couple of guys from New York. There was the situation, Michael, the situation.
Oh, I thought the politicians. I don't know.
Yeah, and there's another politician who just went in there. What's the guy's name? A Greek guy.
No, whatever. But my question is,
Silver. You're
Silver.
Silver.
Oh, Sheldon Silver.
He's out on appeal, though.
Oh, he's out on appeal. Yeah. So you tell me. I was there with you. Tell me why you think Otisville, because I heard you on another radio show and we were laughing at it, that you think Otisville is such an easy place to hang out. I was there. I know that you hung out in the gym and you played around, and I know you didn't want to really hang out with the Jewish people, even though you made believe you were one of us. But my question to you is it was complicated. You're still locked away from your family. You still have to follow the CO rules. You can still be put into the hole. You can still be punished. You're right. There's invisible gates, but it's an honorable thing. But it's still a jail. It's still being locked up, and it's not easy to be there, especially 6, 7, 8 years, and then you don't have heat or hot water sometimes. Come on. Sure, you don't have a cell, but they are easy. These are places of honor. But it's still a dangerous place. Any prison camp.
No, I agree with you. I don't think I ever gave that impression. I may have given that impression. I don't think so.
When you were talking to those radio show hosts, they thought that is, oh wow, look, it's a camp. It's going to be a joke,
that was Bill Maher.
right?
He did his comedy thing. I didn't tell him to say that.
But you know that prison, and especially Otisville, even though it's a prison and it might be a little bit easy, I go to the prisons every couple of weeks, and I know whether you have the cell or not cell, it's still a very depressing. And there's a lot of people that get depressed there. And I have people that come home for the furloughs. They get depressed. You're right. Otisville is a little bit more leisurely, that it gives you more freedom. But of course, like any prison, if you are when you're a good person in a prison, what's it called again?
Model inmate.
A model inmate, but they give you a title like whatever, something special, like you're one of the good guys, whatever, one of the people, a trustee.
Trustee.
When you're we didn't have trustees in Otisville, but when you're a trustee in like the big prisons, they let you walk around easier. So again, Otisville is a place where they trust you with their visible eyes. If you lock yourself up, which I don't even believe it should exist. I think they should give you home confinement for most of those guys.
Yeah,
It's white collar crime.
Non-violent guys.
That's the thing. No matter how pleasant prison can be, it's about the lack of freedom. Everything, you know, somebody can have something amazing, but as long as it's like someone could just be given a company to own and run, and it doesn't matter because the point is that they have to. It's about the freedom of it, not about what you're getting. So even if it was a luxury place, the only people who would want to be in there are people who don't have to be there.
Well, you could call into 718-303-9090 and talk to us. But Larry, your time, how long were you there?
18 months.
And were you depressed? Were you
How did you
laughed
handle
at
it?
it? How did you handle
It
it?
was very mentally challenged.
You see, it was mentally challenging,
Extremely.
even with the freedom. And I know that after I left, you didn't have as many good things as when I was there. I know that I took care of everybody.
Is that true?
But
Come on, you can fight him
you
on
can
this.
tell, but
Come on.
and you know what? Larry made fun of me also in his blog that when I left, I made a speech about wearing clothing or stuff like that. I said I'm not going to take my prison clothing with me. I said I'm going to take. I used to go around every day, collecting food for the synagogue and for other people and asking for donations. And I used to give a lot myself, and I used to make a list. And when people gave me, I used to cross their names in the list. I said, I'm going to take the list with me. So since I'm an expediter, I'm going to take the list up to God and say, look what I did. Here's my paperwork. That's what I meant. Again, you misinterpreted me, Larry, but that's okay. You have a blog and you try to make money. Do you make money with the blog?
I have a nonprofit. So
nonprofit SD is
the best profit.
you know
So
that,
they
Larry.
say.
You make a nice little profit.
I don't really make. I mean, I do it for the fun of it and getting to know people and trying to help people. Really, to help people and bring attention to the problems in the prison system to make it entertaining and
The prison
funny.
systems are way better
But
than
they
used to
said
be, right?
when you were giving out the stories on your blog about the prison that you gave away a lot of secrets and then hurt a lot of the prisoners in there when you wrote your blog. That's what the people were saying, and they asked you to stop doing it for a while. Why they asked you
That's
to
when I was inside. I was sending my blogs to a friend of mine who was a reporter and had a website and was posting some of my stories. But in fact, nothing happened to anybody when I was there, when I was posting the stories. They just got mad because I posted them because it was against, just the prison, what stays in what goes on in Otisville stays in Otisville. You're not supposed to
Wait, from
tell the outside
from the
world.
guards' perspective,
No,
from the prisoners.
the guards didn't care
prisoners
less.
had a problem with
Yeah, the prisoners.
the
Well, if
prisoner
it's
because
private.
because things that went on in Otisville, they had a little bit more freedom than the regular jails. They didn't want it. Sometimes not that the guards looked away, they just didn't bother you because since you behaved and everything was normal.
Are you allowed to smoke there?
You're not allowed to smoke in a federal jail.
How is that okay?
And now you can't, even though some of the guards do it behind me. Let's take a call. I think we have a special caller on the line. And Larry, I think you're going to like this one. Hello, you're on there with Uncle Heshy and Esty and Larry Dresser, Larry Noodles from the blog. Who's calling?
Oh, Mama, she's like, what's happened?
It's Heshy. Who are you?
This is Dr. Ben C.
Hello, Dr. Ben C. How are you?
Thanks God. Well, yourself?
We're doing great. How are you doing, Larry? Tell him.
Pretty good.
Hey, how are you doing? I haven't spoken to you in a long time. How are you doing?
We're doing great. We're doing great over here.
How's Mr. Dressler doing?
Mr. Dresser looks good. He looks skinny still. Do you work out, Larry? Because you used to work out a lot in the gym over there. He looks good. I'm fat.
Prison is
I'm
great for
fat.
reading,
No,
working
it's not.
out. It's a time you don't have responsibilities. You're fed. You don't need a job. Like,
What are you talking about? We all have jobs.
I
in
know, but they give you
jail.
direction. They say, do this, do this, do this.
But you know-
Otherwise, you can read, work out. No one has.
Well-
You don't have to figure out your career and who you are. You know how many millennials would love prison simply because they need any
Actually,
direction?
we lose our monies. We lose our families. You know, after 19 months, they say you lose
Half the
your
millennials
family.
hate their families and have no money anyways. Literally, prison is the
It
best for
sounds like a
millennials.
combination of yeshiva and middle school.
Well, it's not. I was there. You do. Everybody turns to God when they're in jail, but
No atheist, no
Do
thought
you
so.
work out? When you work out, do you wear sweatsuits? What kind of sweatsuits do you have?
sweatsuits. You only wear your prison clothes during your working hours. And
So you don't
during
have to
the rest-
change your workout clothes. It's brilliant.
You can work. No, then you will go to workout. You don't have to, but you go to workout clothes. You have your sweats. And on Shabbos, what we did for Larry that he didn't appreciate, we didn't want him to come
Don't
to
tell
the.
him you didn't appreciate
We
it. Maybe
didn't
he
appreciate
did.
because in the blog he didn't
How do
appreciate.
you know he didn't read?
Because he said it in the blog. But on Shabbos, we gave you a white shirt and sweatpants so you can come to shul looking like a uniform outfit of Jewish
Did
people.
he
with your
officially say, I
tzitzis.
do not appreciate it, or did he happen to just leave it out and then you took
He
it?
wrote it in the blog that we forced him not to wear his greens. Right, Larry? You wrote that in the blog.
That was a long time ago.
A
I
long
can't
time ago. I
remember
know.
that.
I
He
was
takes it
here.
back.
He takes it
I
back.
retract. I
People
retract.
change. People grow.
Betsy, what's doing? But what else? You got something to tell us,
So
baby?
my question, for Mr. Dressler, it's been a long time since I've spoken with him. I was curious what the contribution of the Aleph Institute and Milton Balcony is to the life at Otisville.
I think Heshy knows more about that than me.
No. Larry knows. Larry, you have the blog. Usually, I tell you that I'm not too happy with the Aleph outfit because they could do much, much more. Dror is a very good organization run by Chaim Freud as well, and they do a lot. They do try to help the people out. The truth of the matter is they don't have a lot of power with the government. We have a guy like Niederman in Williamsburg who should have a lot of power, and he doesn't use it correctly. So if you have a lot of money and you're in jail, you can push your way around a little bit and try to get a little bit more earlier exit time. But for the most regular people, these organizations are just a way to maybe get some mail, to get some visitors in, maybe to some people to get some money donated through commissary, but really, and to try to maybe make a party and comfort the families. But really, when they raise money, it's really for themselves, and they're building their organization and building their thing. I am not too happy with Aleph at all. Let me clear that up with you now. Dror, I push them. I'm very much in touch with them, and they do try to help. And again, they have a lot of bureaucracy. I wish I knew more. Like I know how to run my city when I do the red tape with the 312 different agencies I run around against, who push my people around. So I know these guys should know the system better, and they don't. And that's what bothers me about Aleph, that they could do better. That's it. I mean, they didn't help you, Larry. Did they help you at all inside?
What about the food?
The food. Well, the food, Larry, what I found out about the food? The Meal Mart meals given to us were D-class meals. They now upgraded it to C. And if you come outside...
Why do they create D class or C class? Why isn't there only an A class?
Because it's cheaper.
Wow.
It's cheaper when you come outside for $6. That's retail $6. You buy a beautiful, nice, gorgeous meal when I'm sure it cost them the same $2
Think
or
about
$3.
this. If Meal Mart only had A and B meals, they wouldn't be able to get C meals for the prison, and they would be forced to serve B meals for prisoners.
Well, they purposely do it so they can win the bid.
Hospital.
Right, this way they make more money. It is if you sell your product that costs $3, you have to sell it for $5. If you make a product for $1 and you sell it for $3, you're making more of a profit, and that's the way it goes. And they'll buy more of your product. So I don't know. Were you happy with those meals, Larry?
The Shabbos and the Yom Tov
The
meals.
Shabbos and Yom Tov meals, you're right. We did, first of all, a lot of it was collected by us, the oils and this stuff, and we did try to use our eggs. But you're right, a lot of those meals did come from the outside. But again, private sources sold it, and it really wasn't.
What do you mean? You said they have to win the bid. They have to win the bid from who?
Well, when you bid for the jails, you have to bid all over the place.
Yeah,
to all the
but a
jails.
kosher meal, if every kosher person who made kosher meals only did A and B, then they would have to choose an expensive bid. Too bad.
Right. And again, the prisons maybe might not want to do it, or
So what? They'll just not serve kosher food? I don't believe that. In today's,
right, so they have to. But again,
so they should
could
just do it.
There's a lot of jails that don't let you wear the yarmulke. For example, if you go to
A yarmulke is not mandatory for Judaism.
Well, it is mandatory.
No.
We all wore. Most of us wore yarmulkes.
Yeah,
Not
but
you, Larry.
it's not.
You
It's
wore
not like
yarmulkes.
Shabbos or
Did you wear yarmulke
Passover.
over
In
there?
the beginning, I didn't, but then later on, because the guys wanted me.
Right, because you wanted to join the kosher food
The
program
yeah.
and the Shabbos, you had to make believe you were religious.
That's right.
But you faked it very well. I mean, that was good. And we let you
Fake
in,
it.
no problem.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you see. I mean, you're a player. I was real. Who's on the phone? We got to take it. Benzi, thank you for your call, Benzi.
Oh, God bless you. So too. Mashiach, Shalom Achtav, Mashiach Achtav, Hatzlach Rabba, and all in young.
Okay, bye. Take that last.
Like I only know from Orange is the New Black. Like this person pretended to be Muslim because they had better meals or something. Like why not? And one person converted in prison to Judaism to get better meals. Like, hey, do what you gotta
Well,
do.
you can always request. Even the Muslims can request. Let's take another call. Dimitri, is that my special call I'm waiting for? Take line 4 for a second, and we'll move quickly along.
Hello?
How are you, caller? You're on with Uncle Heshy and SD and Larry Dresser, and of course, you know Uncle Heshy is a Nadler hater. By the way, Chaim Deutsch, when he spoke to us today, made a lot of sense. He's against marijuana. He's against legalizing it.
He's
He
against
explained it
homeless
to
people being
SD.
beaten up.
And you know what? I was upset. I wrote in my thing that homeless people were being beaten up by Chaim because he said call 301. He explained it to me. He wanted to teach the people to treat like the first responders, to take care of them, to treat them differently. I was ashamed. He even told me that a couple of homeless people were beaten up, and we have no right to do that. And maybe we misunderstand what our boy tells us, Chaim. And that's it. Who's on the phone, caller? Hello, you're on the air with us.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Joseph Vogel here.
Hello,
Yeah.
Joseph. Hey. How are you, Joseph?
You guys rock. I should just say that first.
I love Joseph. You're the one running our. You're running the show this Sunday, the food show.
That's right.
And
we have a great lineup of kosher food and wine coming from Crown Heights to the rest of Brooklyn and New York City. It's going to be an epic event.
Okay, can you tell us where we can get tickets and where it's going to be located?
Yeah, so it's located. It's going to be located at Brooklyn Commons, 495 Flatbush Avenue. You want to take that down. You can get tickets on Facebook. You just search Crown Heights Kosher Food and Wine Festival. If you type in half of that phrase, it'll come right up in your graph search. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly at 212-641-0707. And just to tell you a little bit about the event, we're going to be showcasing the best kosher restaurants in Crown Heights and kosher wines from Israel and around the globe. So this is a great way to experience kosher food in its best light and to explore different states.
What do you mean by kosher foods? All kinds of foods?
Yeah, is it dairy? Is it meat? What?
So yeah, it's meat only. We're bringing in kosher restaurants that are of premier quality that want to get exposure to a wider audience. Crown Heights has become the place to go for quality kosher cuisine. So I could name some of the restaurants if you want, and you know if your listeners could Google them, they'll see.
We are going to Joseph. I want to ask you a question. I want to put you on hold because we have a caller, somebody calling from out of our calling district. He's from jail. And hello, are you on the? Can you hear us, caller? Danny?
Yes.
So, Danny, you are calling us from where right now?
I'm in Otisville.
And you know me for a couple of years, is that correct?
Good 5 or 6 years now.
Now, you're the one of the people that will witness that. What did I do in jail for other people? Can you tell us for a minute before we get lost?
You do for everybody, and you still do. You bent over backwards. You made sure that everybody had a smile on their face. That your locker was always open. You always overfilled it with goodies. And you were embarrassed when somebody wouldn't take from you. And even after you left, there was a handful of people. You made sure that they had extra money in their account every month.
I love it, and when people come out, do they call me for help when they come out for apartments or money? You know that personally, who they call first.
Well, I still have somebody here who's getting out in the beginning of April, and he's looking to see if you could direct him to see if you could do a previous lawyer to see if you could help him get into the expediting business.
Well, you know that I help a lot of other people that have come out, and you've.
And if they want to work at solar,
I can give you his number.
Well, you're going to do that.
Bend over backwards for everybody. I mean, I would love for you to come up, but they didn't allow you to. But the weekends you did, you went to another facility to see a man who had 20 years to life that doesn't even get any visits.
I love you, but would you remember when I left there, all the people in that place came to see my goodbye speech? Was I really? I don't want to brag, but the truth of the matter is, I did help everybody there. Am I correct? Even though I was loud, according to Larry.
Everybody, and they love you to death. And the bottom line was very clear and simple. There is nobody else like you, and I wish there was 10,000 others like you, because there would be a better world.
Esty's laughing. I love you. I love you. I love you, Danny.
1,000 Heshys. That seems so scary.
And for
Danny, Larry has a question for you.
There's been a video going viral on the internet of a guy who was on furlough from Otisville who was eating a 72-ounce steak.
You heard that? Yeah, there's a guy for. They said there was a viral guy who was on furlough eating a 72-ounce steak. Was that you?
Yes.
And when you came out for the furlough, who took you out? Who picked you up?
Who picked me? I have your son on my visiting list. He took me back and forth. What are you talking about?
And we
I
put
don't
you.
want to go bring up the rest of the family.
That's right. We love you. We always take care of you.
And he bends over backwards. He learned a little bit from you. Not enough, but he learned a little.
I love you. I love you. Well, we're going to see you out soon, Danny. We appreciate your call. And I just wanted to make sure that Larry knows that I did not charge him. And did I charge anybody when we were there? Did I made sure that it came out of my pockets, and everybody got for free, right? When the first person came.
You don't want me to go into what my feelings are about you, that gentleman Larry who keeps going and makes slanderous comments about this place. The only way you know about this place is, unfortunately, you're living it, and it's nothing what they say in the papers.
Tell us, is it tough in there? I want to know. You tell us. How hard is it in there?
The hardest thing with anything else, and I'm reminding you of the fact, is there's nothing to do. You're bored stiff.
I thought there's books and a gym.
You know, the changes have to be made. Thankfully, the Elderly Act went through. We finally had the first person leave this morning on it, and I'm hopeful that my paperwork will go through, that I'll be out before Pesach.
Well, we hope to see you home soon, and we wish you the best, Danny, and thank you for calling into the show.
Best to you, Dan.
Fantastic. Bye.
Bye. Now, Larry, you see, I have a witness from inside that actually knows that I did good, even though you spoke bad about me.
Okay, I apologize.
I forgive you, Larry. And it's pretty hard. And what he meant by boring is that there are times where that, like you want to go out to a dinner, you want to go out to a movie, even though they have entertainment over there, not entertainment, they have a television. And of course, we have our Shabbos meals and we have our prayers in the chapel. There's a bunch of things you can keep busy with, books or a gym. The point is, you lost your family. It's like being in a job 24/7, never having to do. And you have COs, which is correction officers, that if you stand out of line or you do something wrong, you have to be scared anyway. They can accuse you of doing something and you can get punished, right, Larry? And
listen,
then,
I knew the man who spoke, Danny, and I was there and I saw him suffer. I know what he's suffering, and right now I can almost start to cry to think about what he's going through, because I know I was there and I saw him and he suffered much worse than most people.
Right, a lot of the younger guys could do it, especially the short-termers, but the guys who do long-term stretches in there, even though Otisville is made for 10 years or less, but when you get approved to come there after you do have 15 years, and if you're down to 9 years, they'll let you come there. It's still tough away from your family, and according to
what about a psych ward? Isn't that also very boring?
He had a long sentence.
He had a long sentence. But they say after 19 months, Larry, most likely you lose your family or you get divorced. Most people don't stay with you, and that is a bad I think.
Wow.
And that's
At least you know who's with you, thick and thin. No.
well,
I
still
think he lost his wife. They got divorced or
his
something.
wife,
and
his
yeah,
kids. I mean,
kids.
he's trying. I
It
mean,
was
when
a
he comes
tough,
home, but you
very
know what?
tough.
Danny, while he's in jail, made sure whose wife also served a little bit of a stretch, made sure that all of us people donated money to her, sent her stuff, sent her commissary so she could be a little bit more Jewish and get a little bit more ease because the women jails are a little bit harder to get. I hear the kosher and all that stuff over there. It's much
Oh,
harder.
Danny is a good guy. No,
He's a good guy, and when he comes home, he comes to us for the holidays, for the furloughs that he gets. He's very good. Anyways,
So yeah, Joseph, you're still with us?
Joseph, I'm back to
Yes,
you
I'm
now.
still here.
So,
So
Joseph,
yeah, you
now
want to
that
make all
you
the people in prison jealous with your festival
Right,
that
Joseph-
maybe next year they'll be able to come to.
right next, what kind of foods are we serving? I mean, what are they giving? I mean, you're going to be able to go around and get samples for free, or what? What's going on over there?
Yes. So anyone who comes in is going to have access to everything. We're having Izzy's Taqueria, which is a new Mexican joint in Crown Heights. We're having Allenby, which is a delicious, really high end Israeli cuisine in Crown Heights. We're having Poof and Fun over there. We're having several others, and that's just to name a few. We're going to have a really wild event. We actually have to upgrade the venue. It was supposed to be in a massive tent out on Empire Boulevard, but we had to we put it in Brooklyn Commons now. So we have we sold out. Now we have another 100 tickets available because we upgraded. So yeah, I mean,
How do we get tickets? How do we get tickets?
Tickets are on Facebook or on Eventbrite. Just search it on Eventbrite or on Facebook.
What are we searching on Eventbrite?
It's called Events Ride, and what do we search for? What's it called?
Eventbrite. You just search for Kosher Wine and Food Crown Heights Wine and Food Festival.
The Crown Heights Wine, and it's this Sunday, right? From when to when?
Yeah, or you can search Wine by the Case on Facebook, on Google, or it'll come up. You know, you can find it. It's going to be Sunday at 6 p.m. We advise you to buy tickets in advance because they'll most likely be sold out by Sunday.
And
So-
now all these booths,
Yeah.
of course, are glatt kosher. Am I correct?
Everything's got kosher. Everything is 100%
What about
certified.
God halal?
And-
I'm kidding.
Yeah, exactly. If you're Muslim, you can come too. We're
That's
open to
right.
everybody. But yeah, once we're on the topic of hashgacha, if any of your listeners want to open a non-profit hashgacha, it would be a great idea because it's very, very expensive, and a lot of restaurants are suffering. Many restaurants around the city are closing down. I'm not sure if you heard Meish's in Lower East Side just closed down. It's a bakery that's been there for 100 years. Big Bang Burger, Amsterdam Burger, those are just to name a few.
Just because of Hefsher?
I wouldn't say it's 100% because of the Hefsher, but a Hefsher is very expensive. It's like it could be $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, and for these restaurant owners in Manhattan, especially, rent is high. In Brooklyn, rent is high too. Real estate is expensive these days.
That'd be great. A non-profit mashgiach. I also believe in that very much because I know that there was a place in Wisconsin where Jewish teenagers had nothing kosher to eat, so they ate non-kosher. And if they had one restaurant there that was kosher, they would have eaten kosher food. But because the mashgiachs were so expensive, they didn't do it.
Now,
And that is hurting all Jews.
Joseph, now, are these all meat booths, or is there also dairy booths as well?
No, this is only meat, 100% meat. We're not doing meat and dairy in the same place. That's not, that would not be kosher by any standard. And so it's only meat. And it's going to be hors d'oeuvres. It's going to be, some really delicious stuff. I have a good friend of mine. His name is Menachem Malka. He's done many events for me, and he's going to be catering there. He's going to be doing, a whole array of delicious hors d'oeuvres. And the wineries. Can't forget about the wineries. We have Yatir, we have Yarden, we have Carmel, we have Matar.
What about Manischewitz? Do you have Manischewitz? The Concord
So
grape?
yeah, so that's one of the things I actually, it's good that I'm on the radio now because I can tell you guys that, people think that kosher wine is all Manischewitz, but I got to tell you, the times have changed. Manischewitz is a great company and it served a great purpose for, about 100 years when we weren't able to have, proper kosher wine in this country. But dry wine is definitely more mahudr, and people should make kiddush on dry wine. And it is an aim to make a tova meitiv when you drink dry wine or you drink a better wine. And people should really, I think they should move away from the sweet stuff and move into the dry wine.
So we need a new name, like a Jewish name, like Manischewitz is known. We need a different wine that's like known.
Joseph, I hope your event is going to be wonderful, and I want you to come on the show next week after the event to tell us all about it. And I'm going to be there with Esther with our press passes, and we're going to be we're coming hungry. You better make sure we go home full and talk great about you.
Yeah, if you want to come meet the Just Enough Heshy team, come to this event.
Right, everybody, you want to come to meet the Just Enough Heshy team, me and Esty, and you'll meet us hanging out at the event on Sunday. Where's the event going to take place? It's in the Brooklyn Commons?
Yeah, in Brooklyn Commons on Flatbush Avenue, 425 Flatbush Avenue, right across the street from the Prospect Park Q&B train.
Beautiful, beautiful. Joseph,
so, yeah,
you are wonderful. We're going to see you at the show. Thank you for your call. We love you, and we can't wait to see you there.
See you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday. This is going to be a great event. I'm going to have a great time, and I'm going to come hungry, even though we keep losing calls. But Joseph was well worth it. Back to Larry. Can we get back to Larry?
Yeah.
Larry, now that you were when you got out of jail, you were on probation for a while, right?
3 years.
Now, during those 3 years, weren't you nervous during that probation period as well?
I couldn't leave the state of Connecticut. I mean, talk about that was worse than prison.
Even for a minute?
He needed permission, and even in that, he was scared to ask for it. Wasn't.
Oh, and you live in New York, or?
I live in Connecticut.
He lives in Connecticut.
Oh, so then why? What did you want to leave? Did you have a vacation or something?
You want the freedom to go
exactly,
when you want.
It's not about that he needed to get out of Connecticut. It's the freedom that he wants to if he could. At the end of the day, prison is all psychological. It's just about keeping you. It's taking away your freedom, so you feel.
Thinks prison is good. Something's wrong with it.
I never said it was good. I said it's good for people who have no direction.
It's not good for anybody, Esty.
What do you mean? A place where they serve you 3
meals
meals a day.
They serve you an
give you a job. But
a job that pays 12 cents an hour.
But it's not about the money. It's about just having direction and knowing what you should do, where you should go.
And they give you clean underwear, and that's good enough for you. So then,
for many people,
why do you ever have?
Do you understand that people in prison are living better than the poor people did in the olden days? Like poor people in the olden days died of starvation. Do you understand that the poor today's day is considered middle class in the olden? No, the middle class today's day was considered rich in the olden days. Like people have never lived so good. People in prison are doing so great compared to the poor starving children of the 1800s.
Do you see why I don't respect women?
I know. All I'm saying is we should appreciate what we have because it's been so much worse for years.
You know what Esty told me last week? She wants to go to jail for a day to experience it, right?
Yes. By the way, if they had a go to jail for a day experience, you have any idea how many people would pay to just have the experience?
You're crazy.
They'd line up.
Esty, you're crazy.
Great way for the government to make money. Sell a day in prison. I promise you. It'll be a novelty. It'll be like a...
you know what? I believe that would work.
I know. It's a great way to make money.
What about the people you're locked up with? What if you're locked up with violent, unstable, mentally ill people?
So first off, that would be a great way to make sure that think about this. Imagine they allowed somebody in as a
like
fun
if
project.
You were locked up
right? If I got locked up, right? And somebody beat me up, think about what would happen. It would go in the news everywhere that a volunteer prisoner got beaten up, and guess what? Make sure that it never happens to any other prisoners again. This would be a great thing for everyone.
They stab prisoners every day. They stab correction officers,
and you have an innocent visitor every single day, a different one, show up at the prison, and everybody knows that if this prisoner gets hurt, it's going to go out everywhere. They're going to have to shape up their prisons.
They don't care.
They're going to have to. Imagine an innocent volunteer that goes in, gets stabbed.
I'm lost.
Guess what? They need to change the prison. They need to have better guards. They need to make sure people are watching.
We need to change the subject.
Right. We have to. Larry, I want to talk to you about something that Esty, my dear, delicious co-host, and we had a fight with Chaim Deutsch about it, because I agree with Chaim on this. She believes that marijuana, I think Connecticut legalized it already.
They decriminalized.
We did that here.
Woo!
She believes that marijuana should be legalized, should be sold on every street corner, and everybody could smoke it. What do you believe about marijuana?
People are doing that anyway.
I got that, but is marijuana good or bad for you? Amos, really, truth.
I'm not a marijuana smoker, and
but you've been around people, you've experienced it. You know that it hurts them. It brings them down.
How about this? Everything in this world has good and bad useful.
Marijuana is bad.
Not all bad. Are you kidding me? I heard it prevents arthritis or some sort of it prevents some diseases. and it's good for you, but everything in moderation. True. If you smoke all the time,
is not good for you.
in moderation.
According to Chaim
According to
Deutsch,
us, they might have used it in the Holy Temple back in the day.
oh, stop. Chaim Deutsch even says that when he made a video on it, and he says not only can't they not detect it, but a lot of the hit and runs could be because people were stoned and they ran away.
That doesn't make marijuana bad. It makes people who drive it and are irresponsible bad. It has nothing to do with the actual marijuana. Marijuana is not the
when
cause.
You're stoned, you're all what's it called again? You're all
you know when you're stoned, and you
not
know if
only
you're
high,
choosing to drive.
but you know, when you're like
everything's
not
a little bit
agitated,
slower.
but you're always
No, that's alcohol.
Paranoid.
People who get paranoid from weed don't smoke weed because it's a bad feeling.
Wow, Esty, you are way off track.
No, I'm not. I know everything about
marijuana.
You know
that little kids, once you legalize it, young children are going to be able to send in an older, drunk, and homeless guy.
They can do that now. If right now my little sister wants to get weed, she could, let's say, find a friend of mine that's willing to buy it from her. It doesn't have to be from a legal store. It can be from an illegal place. Believe me, if you want to find it, you're going to find it. Nothing can stop you. That's my point. Legalizing it or not legalizing it, it's not going to change anything. Legalizing it will just stop making it look
according
bad.
to Chaim Deutsch, first let's fix the problem. Let's teach the people about it. Let's get people better. Then if you want to legalize it, he even says that he was speaking to the district attorney.
They should make an agreement with everyone. Be like, people, we will legalize marijuana. Promise us not to drive. I'm telling you, so many people will give up their driver's license just to be able to smoke.
It's not what Chaim Deutsch was telling you today.
The biggest problem is the driving. No.
Okay. Anyways, she blows me away sometimes, Larry.
Hello. If I had to choose between marijuana or alcohol, marijuana is hell better for you, and you can't die from it. And alcohol, you can.
You know why I can't fight with a woman?
Why?
I went out to dinner with Linda a couple of days ago, and
Joseph said that legalizing it will make it more safe.
Really, I went out to dinner. With my wife Linda, and the waiter comes over and he says, "What? How do you want your steak made?" I said, "Rare, just like the fights I win with my wife." I know it was another joke. I didn't want to save it for another week because I didn't think it was that good of a joke.
I thought it was a good joke.
Okay, yeah, but I did say it, and Linda smiled because she knew she was right. Anyways, Larry, okay, but the point being is your blog, you still writing the blog, am I correct?
Correct.
And what are the new topics? I mean, how are you getting your sources of information?
You want me to tell you a secret?
Yeah.
I haven't told anybody. I have a picture of Anthony Weiner in the halfway house.
Wow. Anthony was in Otisville?
The Bronx halfway house.
No, but where did Anthony serve his time?
In Massachusetts.
Not in Otisville.
He was in the medical
because he was child.
He had a sexual dysfunctional.
Right, in the camp they don't allow any sexual or violent criminals there.
No, it wasn't that.
So they put all the sexual offenders with the violent criminals.
Right.
No, they wanted to treat him for his problem his obsession with sexting women.
Esty, take a caller.
Did they treat him? Did they help?
It's a medical condition.
Okay, take a caller, Esty. Let's take this caller. Hello, you're on the air with Heshy and Larry and Esty. How are you?
Okay, how are you, Heshy?
We're doing great today. We're doing great.
In Colorado, the police are reporting there are more car accidents because they legalized marijuana over there, and they can't tell if the people are high from it. It's not like a breathalyzer test where you can tell if person is high or not when they pull them over.
Wait. Is that a fact that there are more drug crashes than ever before?
Look, Google it. You'll see it's so.
So Canada is coming up with a way to a breathalyzer to check if people are driving high, which I hate because I'm pro.
There's no way. The guy just told you can't check it. It's not possible.
But they're coming out with a device like that.
Okay, not yet, but new process.
And I was reading now that teen suicide, even in the Jewish community, is even higher today because of the use of drugs. Esty says no. I believe yes.
I believe you're right. You got to speak to one of these experts.
We cannot allow marijuana to be legalized, even though Governor Cuomo.
Do you understand that the government has no say over our lives? They shouldn't have a right to say if we can do anything. I have a right to do what I want with my body. If it's affecting you, then you have a problem. They have to figure out how to make sure that I don't drive with it and hurt others. But what I can do with myself is none of their business. It's none of the government's business. That's always been the problem. The government messing in with stuff that they have no idea about. They don't choose our morality. All they can choose is how to keep people safe. That's it.
If you get high and you go in the street and you kill somebody,
nobody has ever killed somebody when they were high. When you're high, you are lazy, you are tired, you don't feel like killing nobody. If you're angry and you smoke weed, guess what? You're not angry anymore. You cannot. I dare someone to be angry while high. You're not please, anybody, call in. Have you ever met someone or ever been yourself angry while you were high? Hey, you have an anger problem? Guess what? It goes away with weed. I would love to see anybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
718-303-9090. Let me know of an
should have
angry
some
weed
weed.
smoker.
You need to smoke a little weed.
Yes,
Esty.
you know what? Yes, I do.
Oh God! Thank you so much, caller. Thank you. Have a good night, Larry. Este's our resident marijuana expert doctor. On the
Yes, I
show.
know so much about. When I was a kid, I remember people being like, "This strain, uppers, downers," and I was like, "Whoa!" And now I know everything they know. I am an expert marijuana person.
Too bad.
I can
It's
tell
a
you
bad thing.
strains, flavors.
I don't want to know about it, Este. It's very. Now, can I tell you one
But
more?
could you not say only the bad of weed? It has some good parts.
Can I ask
it
you a question?
saves lives.
Your Governor Cuomo that wants to legalize this stupid marijuana, and he's going to have $1 billion of her in revenue or whatever
I
coming
doubt
into
it.
the state. That's with the taxes. He now, you know what he did back for us? How good he is? He gave for the entire state. Listen to this, Larry. $7 million for drug treatment, drug rehab. $7 million through a whole state. I mean, we have kids that are being stoned. We have kids laying on the streets.
Stoned is not the problem.
The
We're
point
talking about
is
hard drugs here.
we need to teach kids not to do drugs. $7 million doesn't do nothing for us. You know, there's a Hasidic organization called Bubba. Have you ever heard of them? Bubba, you know, it's like something the
Sure.
Babbage Bubba. So
Except
they
now
call,
there's
there's
two.
two Bubbas, 145, 48. They got over $50 million in government money. I don't know, state money, city money,
Yeah.
and I have no idea what they're doing with it. They should be
For
using it.
what?
I don't know, it's
Wow.
education or whatever. And I don't know
I wish
what
they would give education.
but they're not, and I don't believe it. I don't know, and there's no accounting for it. You know, I
How?
wonder.
How are people getting away with that still?
I don't know. I really don't know. And everybody says, "Oh, don't go after Bubba." I'm going after them. What are you doing with our money? And I know it's more than $50
I
million.
don't support
you're
Bubba.
getting.
The fact that there's any sort of fighting, that's absolutely against
No, but
Hasidish. They are not Hasidish. I'm calling them Litvish from
Yeah,
now
but
on, or modern
they
Orthodox.
control my neighborhood borough park, which I believe they have no right to. But I believe that the people of Bubba are great. It's just their
Yeah.
hierarchy, their people in charge are actually people don't understand. They're taking the money. I don't know what they're doing with it. They're not educating our children. They're not giving them better education. They're not opening up youth centers. Again, I keep complaining. One youth center in the whole borough park, one in the whole Flatbush.
That would be. They would have to admit that there's a problem, and
They-
Jews hate doing that.
And they don't want to do
We
that.
love pretending
They don't
everything's
wanna do
fine.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, I've met so many kids who are desperate for any sort of therapy, help, outreach, anything, and they just have nowhere to
Let's go
go
back
to.
to Larry. Larry, we're going to do a couple commercials. But Larry, what do you think about President Trump? Really quickly, what do you like him? Don't like him? What's your opinion?
I really don't like any politicians.
But he
Okay.
is your president, right? You must accept him.
Are you allowed to dress up like him? Is that racist?
To dress up like the
Like your president? Like now you can't dress up like Obama anymore.
Wear like an orange.
An orange-
wig?
So, but she's trying to trick you because she wants to put on a black face, and we're telling her it's not right.
I'm not saying that I want to. I'm saying that I don't know why people have a problem with it.
But
Right
that
now,
was-
nobody can dress up like Obama because it's black. Wait, is it blackface if they put on a mask? Then they're
He's
not coloring their skin.
He's
They're just
not
putting on a mask.
president. He's not president anymore.
I know. What I'm saying is the same way it's okay to dress up like Trump, the same way it's okay to dress up like Obama. Blackface
yeah,
is not
but
bad.
Ex-presidents, no one does ex-presidents.
Yeah, they do. People such as like Kennedy,
Nah,
no?
Maybe George Washington. That's
Right.
about it.
They
I
still
don't
sell
know.
them.
Anyways,
So, I don't know if anybody likes politicians in general. I mean, we're taught to hate them.
I'm
from
going
birth
to be.
almost.
Everybody says that when I become a politician, I'm going to be crooked.
They'll stop hating
I
politicians.
am not going to be crooked. Even though Larry believes that I'm crooked, I am not
You don't think
crooked.
you'll be more crooked than you are now?
But I'm not crooked.
Okay, so then everything's good.
Everything is good, very good, and my wife will love me. And I don't have girlfriends.
That's great.
Thank God. You tell it to my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law.
I'll
Anyways,
find out.
everybody, what else? We have do we have any more? You have nothing to ask, Larry, my boy.
Oh, he writes a blog. So where's your blog at? I don't know anything about it.
How
so
do we
where
find your blog,
it? Yeah.
Larry? How do we
Just
find
type
it?
in LarryNoodles.com.
LarryNoodles.com.
That's
Isn't that
easy.
cool?
That's very easy to remember.
Very, very cool. I
And
mean,
you talk about what it's like to be in prison.
Prison, yeah, sure.
but do you talk about other stuff as
And
well?
other stuff, crime and what the feds are up to, and
Don't you
cases.
think they have too much power? I mean, these organizations, like and they're not even controllable. Look, they're making believe our president is a Russian spy, and he's not. And they just keep going and wasting millions and millions of dollars when we could be using it to rehab our inmates, coming out, giving them second chances, giving jobs. Instead, they spent $20 million on this investigation plus. It's crazy.
No, the federal department, the United States Department of Justice has lost its
Lost his thing, and they
it's-
think they have and these guys just do whatever they want, ST, and it's
So-
not right.
So if I have secrets on the feds and I need to put out to a public outlet, are you the guy to go to?
I'm the guy.
Okay.
By the way, I was listening to a news report before we end the show. The NSA, okay, this is a very high intelligent organization, used to listen in on our phone calls and texts
I hope they
to
do.
see for terrorists. Now they stopped because you know how many arrests were done because of their spying of us, our
So
regular
they stopped
people?
because it worked?
Because it didn't work.
Oh, they arrested random people.
They didn't arrest anybody, really. Nothing. There was no
I'm
evidence ever
confused.
found going through regular people's texts or emails and so on. Sure, if you go after one particular person, you'll find something that you're trying to get something. But they were trying to go through the whole America and just tap into everybody's emails and texts and phone calls.
I mean, if they could like look for specific code words, but then they'd find out about it and they'd switch the code words. So
We got 2 minutes left, SD. Just go right through the list. I know that I have Chamula Jewelers are located at 944 Kings Highway, 718, whatever their phone numbers.
we have Soft Fusion Inc.
Right.
Free consultation 718-215-9800. We have Piscata Carne. You know where it's located, Avenue P, across the street from
Mustard.
Amazing Panini Bar. There's Piscata, New York Dairy Restaurant located at 1776 Ocean Avenue. We have Orchidia, all you can eat buffet. We have solar panels for your house, or if you need a job. If people coming out of prison, they can probably get a job in solar, and that's a great job to start out with.
Okay, I'll
Don't tell people
recommend
when
them
you're
to
knocking their
you.
doors
You
that
got
you're
it.
for coming from prison. You can call 215-694-0443 or go to solar@rejuice.com. Of course, we have the food festival thing. That's
Food Festival this Sunday. Come down. You'll meet me and SD. You have Chamula Jewelers, 718-336-1980. And we have Tehila Tishla at teeteestyles.com, 675-6842, 718-675-6842. Green Line Building Solutions, 16th Avenue, 54th Street, 718-871-0382. Come down. I hope you had a good show, everybody. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, Larry Noodles, for coming from Connecticut.
Thank
And
you.
now, Larry, tell everybody how good of a guy I was. Chaim Deutsch, I love you. Barry Spitz, I ask for apologies. And you know
see us
what?
this Sunday.
I hate the rest of you politicians. Nadler, you're still a little Nazi capo, little
Shut
fat
up! This
man.
Sunday, come see
Oh,
us.
by the way, I hate that lady Acosta, whatever, Crappy Cruz.
Quickly, it's
She's
over
a
the
bad
show.
woman. It's
No.
over.